Hello everybody, getting ready to do lesson 4.3 of Pre-Algebra Math, part 1. In today's lesson we got a skill sheet here for classwork of 38 points. And for notebook, you have 15 points here. If you need a notebook guide, I can provide that through your email. And today's bell work, teachers, here's today's bell work. Students, find a sum or difference, Give your students 3 minutes. Okay, welcome back for our solutions here. 8 over 20 for number 1, and then number 2 would be 6 over 15. Are these simplest terms here? I don't think so. Okay, into our lesson 4.3, equivalent fractions. You wrote fractions of mixed numbers. You'll write fractions. So a fraction is numbered form A over B, where A is numerator, B is the denominator. The value of b cannot be 0. The number of lines show the graphs of two fractions, 1/3 and 2 over 6. From the number lines, you can see that these fractions, 1 over 3 and 2 over 6, aren't they in the same position here on these number lines? Yeah, they sure are, so that means they're the same fraction. Two fractions that represent the same number are called equivalent fractions. Use the following rule. Two equivalent fractions, multiply or divide the numerator and denominator by the same non-zero number. Two right equivalent fractions. So for all numbers a, b, c, or b cannot equal 0, or c cannot equal 0, a over b is the same thing as a times c and b times c. So if you multiply your numerator and denominator by the same number here, you'll get a fraction that is still equivalent to a over b. Equals a divided by c, b divided by c. So you can go right back to your original fraction. So here is an example. We multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. We get 2 over 6, which is still equal to 1 over 3. And then if we divide it, we can go right back to where we started. Because division is the inverse of multiplication, yes? So students, in your own words, define equivalent fractions and define simplest form as well. This is your notebook, page 3, 10 points, students. Okay, into our first example here, writing equivalent fractions. Write two fractions that are equivalent to 8 over 12. So multiply or divide numerator and denominator by the same non-zero number. So we're going to multiply by 3. We get this fraction here. This is equivalent to 8 over 12. Now we're going to divide the numerator and denominator by 4, and we go back to 2 over 3. That's equivalent to 8 over 12, is it not? So the fractions 24 over 36 and 2 over 3 are equivalent to 8 over 12. They're just in another form of fraction. Write two fractions that are equivalent to the given fraction. Students, this is yours here. Pay attention so you can do your independent practice. Let's do the first one here. So 18 times 2 would be 36 over 48. That would be the same thing as 18 over 24. And then if we divide by 6, we get 3 over 4. So 3 over 4 is equal to 18 over 24, which is equal to 36 over 48. They're just written with different numbers here. That's okay. Simplest form. Fraction is in simplest form when its numerator and its denominator are relatively prime. To write a fraction in simplest form, divide the numerator and denominator by the GCF. Students, in your own words, define form now. Let's go into example 2, writing a fraction in simplest form. How will you write that in simplest form? Write the prime factorizations of the numerator and denominator. So 2 squared times 3 would be 12, and 30 would be 2 times 3 times 3. So what does that have to do with writing the simplest form? Well, GCF of 12 and 30 is 6. So we divide through by 6 in both numerator and denominator. We get a fraction of 2 over 5. That would be the simplest form of this fraction here. Write this fraction in the simplest form. Same thing down here, students. We're going to do this one first. Let's take a look at it. So in simplest form, we factor this down. 2 squared times 7 would be 28. 49 would be 7 squared. GCF 28 and 49 will be 7. We have 7 here and we have 1 7 over here. So if we divide numerator and denominator by 7, we get 4 over 7. That would be this fraction written in simplest form. Students, do this here. And that's it. That's part 1 of lesson 4.3. Part 2, part 3, available here at this email. Thank you.